Guys, Craig Gerald here, and welcome to the Insurance Agent Podcast, where we help insurance agents all across the country navigate the muddy waters of marketing and advertising for your insurance business. I'm your host, Craig Gerald.
I'm your co-host, James Warren.
And today we're going to talk about Instagram. We talked about YouTube 2 weeks ago, Facebook last week. Now we're going to dive into Instagram and how you can use Instagram for your insurance business. So most of us have an Instagram account. Most insurance agents have an Instagram account because it's where a lot of people hang out, a lot of our friends, colleagues, and it's a great tool to get in touch with people and even advertise on. So as far as design goes, like I think design's an important topic for when you start to think about your business and your Instagram for your business. I mean, I like to put the title of what you do in your profile name. That's one strategy. Like on my Instagram, I have Craig and then two of those straight up and down slashes on the computer. I don't know what you call those. What do you call those, James?
Straight dashes.
Straight dashes, not a dash, but the one that's straight up and down, not a slash that's slanted, but the one that's straight up and down. I have two of those, and then it says insurance marketing. So, this, when people type in, like insurance marketing or insurance leads on Instagram, I'm likely to show up because the name of what I do is actually in the title on my Instagram account. And I've had a few people find me through that. So as an agent, one thing you could do, like if your final expense, you could have your name and then beside it, like burial insurance specialist. Or if you do IULs or cash value life insurance, you could put like tax-free strategist, or a search term that people might be searching on Instagram. Instagram's a little different than YouTube or Google or search engine because most people aren't going to Instagram to search for insurance products. They're going to search for do-it-yourself ideas or like, I look at a lot of surf videos on Instagram with the little time that I spend on there. But some people will, maybe look at, at least for a more advanced strategy like annuities or cash value life insurance. Like some people might look for videos on cash value life insurance or infinite banking concept, those type of things. So that's one thing you can do with your profile is put like the title or kind of a strategy around your specific product in the title. Next, you can only use one link on Instagram, one link to, a lot of people use services like Linktree, or James, I think you use one of those. What do you use?
I use Alpha Agent.
Oh yeah, you could use Alpha Agent CRM, where you have a link and then it goes to a page where it has different buttons for different actions that you want people to take. So that's a page where you could have your website, you could have get a free quote where they go to your quoter page. Yeah, it's a good idea to use a page that has multiple buttons because then you can send people to multiple destinations. If you don't have multiple destinations, then I suggest sending people to your Calendly page, or maybe you have a simple website set up for your business. Or another good one is your YouTube channel. We talked about the importance of setting up YouTube channel. You could have a link to new videos in your Instagram profile. And then, so this is a great strategy that I like and that I've used before. So like you talk about your expertise on YouTube, and then you announce that you launched a new YouTube video on Facebook. So you do a post, maybe it's a clip from the video, and you're like, hey guys, check out my link in the profile. I just recorded a new video on how you can build a tax-free retirement. I just recorded a video on how you can protect your home, protect your mortgage in case something unexpected happens to you. So these are strategies that you can use Instagram for with the link in the profile. Next, we have our images and reels and videos, which reels are really hot right now on Instagram. So, because they want to compete with TikTok. So they've created, a TikTok style format with Instagram reels. And, when you get into the content, it's similar to Facebook, because you're building an audience of people who, want to be interested in what you're doing. Or so you don't just want to post like educational content all the time. It's got to be a little entertaining because people go to Instagram to be entertained. So you want to combine like the educational pieces with what you do with, some lifestyle kind of entertaining stuff. So, and design is fairly important as well because you kind of want it to flow. I know James knows a lot about designing Instagram pages.
That's my forte.
You want to touch on like how to design your feed
Yeah,
for a second?
so I would I would say having your bio is super important. Like Craig was saying, have like what you do in the insurance field or anything like that. Have a link, go into a landing page with multiple links. Have that set up awesome where it's like very clear who you are. Have a solid profile pic that speaks to you, such as Craig. It's him in Costa Rica, I'm assuming. So you
True.
automatically get his personality right through his profile pic. So have that set up like that for sure. And then if you're trying to position this as a way to get insurance, leads per se, have it basically focus just on that. Have it focus on literally one intention, and then you'll grow massively. But if you have it on multiple things where it's like, you know, um, maybe it's like your car, right? And then also insurance. Like it's Instagram's not going to know what to do with your profile because it literally categorizes your profiles whether it's car related or insurance agent related. So if you're splitting the focus, it's not going to do anything. It's going to be stagnant. So be very particular about what you want this account to be pushed towards. Use hashtags and get like a list up to 30 is what we can use. Get a list that's specific to the focus that you're going after, and then you can start having very consistent content. And consistency is key with this algorithm. You want to be posting. If you're going to post, if you can only post once a week, post once a week. It's much better than posting 3 times a week, waiting a month, posting 3 times a week again. Way more effective, especially with algorithm pushing your content. So literally post every Monday, 3 times a week. If you keep it consistent, it's way better than once a week, of course. But keep it consistent, and then if it's more of like a personal account for insurance agents, you don't have to worry as much about your feed being like designed in like, oh, this template looks good with this one. Because usually it's kind of like short form format where it's like you talking to your phone. That's gonna be super good. Or photos or anything like that. If it's a business account, you're probably gonna use more templates per se. So that's when you want to like plan your feed out. But as it's been shown, it's not super effective as much as people like to think per se. Yeah, it looks pretty, that's for sure, but
Yeah.
more about the
And
consistency.
yeah, and one thing I would say about the posting schedule and consistency, like I mentioned about um Facebook and like your Facebook page, when people, like you do a call with a potential client and say they happen to like check you out on Instagram, um posting once a week is enough to be relevant, where people are like, okay, this guy, he just posted last Monday, or a couple days ago. He looks like he's posting consistently. So they're like, okay, he's up with the times he's posting. I would say what's more important on a day-to-day basis is recording Instagram stories, you know, anywhere between 6 to 15 stories, just documenting your day, talk about how you just helped a client get covered, get their burial insurance or funeral expenses covered. They just set up an account to create a tax-free retirement. You know, we just rolled this person over into an annuity, and now they're going to have guaranteed income for life. If you want to know how to get guaranteed income for life, hit me up. Send me a message in the DMs. Things like that are going to generate prospects. And you may not get a lot because it's organic, but if you're consistent, that's how you become an authority in the space. Like if you look at Rebecca Walzer, I'm going to pull up her account on Instagram right now. She focuses on cash value life insurance, tax-free retirement type stuff, and she has 818,000 followers. And this time last year, I remember she had like 400,000 followers. So she's been consistent with her content. She's also on like MSNBC and like other financial like shows. They bring her on as guests. So she's built up a lot of authority.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't always that way. She had to start from the bottom too. And if you can
Also, because how focused she was, I could bet you that. Very focused on her audience. So her just pushing on that audience just catapulted her up to the top. So
Yeah, and I mean she's good at what she does, so and especially if you've had success with a lot of clients, they're building up cash value, or you have a lot of families that are blessed because you made sure their mortgage was protected, or you made sure their funeral expenses were covered. Those are type of things that you want to share, testimonials, results, because people see that and they're like, wow, John's really doing a good job. Seems like he's really killing it. Maybe I should reach out to him, and not just for getting clients, but Instagram, I would say, is probably even better for recruiting other agents, because then, you can post commission checks, your lifestyle, if you've built up a considerable amount of residual income, because you've built a team of agents, then that's something you definitely want to promote on your Instagram account. Like one of my mentors, David Price, he's, I think built the fastest insurance agency to $1 million. I mean, he's got well over $1 million a year agency now, but he was the fastest in the industry to build that. And he's posted on his Facebook and Instagram all the time, just taking off to Aspen, promoting the freedom, the lifestyle that comes with building a team of agents, which is a residual income, and not having to show up in the office. And those are the type of things that will attract other people to you, either other agents or people who want to get their insurance license, because they're like, man, Craig, you're traveling everywhere. You're living in Costa Rica. Like, what do you do? How do you do it? Like, well, insurance is a way, to make sales virtually and live from anywhere. And so that's something to promote on Instagram, the lifestyle.
the
If you
lifestyle of
have,
the new rich.
yeah, if you have the freedom and you have residual coming in, that's something to talk about, because residual income is, a vital piece to financial freedom. because if you're constantly trading time for dollars, then you're always going to have to put time in to get money back. But if you got mailbox money coming in, if you got money dropping into your account, whether you put in 10 hours in a month or 100 hours, that's really powerful. And that's something that I think everyone is seeking in a way. Either they don't know about it yet or don't have a vehicle to produce that, or they know about it and they want to set that up, because who doesn't want money coming in whether you work or not? So, and that's something we have with the insurance business, the ability to build that. So that's one thing that I think is super important to promote on Instagram. If you have a team of agents, you're having some success, to not only share the educational pieces on the type of product that you're promoting, but also the lifestyle that this business has provided for you, so that not only can you attract potential prospects, but now you can attract recruits, people asking you like, what do you do? How do you do this? And that, I think that would be, well, I know that's super powerful on social media. So we have, a couple of posting strategies. Let's talk about the DM, direct message inbox, for a second, because that's a cold outreach strategy that I mean, you can reach literally anyone, any type of person on Instagram. And there's all kinds of like hashtags you can search. Like if you're looking for people in a specific area, like Nashville, Tennessee, for example, you could search like hashtag Nashville and then find a bunch of people in the Nashville area, because you can search posts by hashtag. Not only that, you could search, maybe it's people who just bought a home, like hashtag new home, hashtag first time home buyer, and then reach out to these people and see if you can help them get mortgage protection insurance, something like that.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's someone who, business owners are big for IUL and cash value life insurance policies. I talk to a lot of agents every week, and a lot of the agents in the IUL space, they're like, man, how do I get in front of more business owners? Well, business owners and businesses are on Instagram. So
One thing
if you
about
can,
the messaging thing, you
oh
gotta
yeah,
follow them first, right? You have to follow each other before you send messages, because if you're not following each other, your messages will land in the request area most of
that's a
the
good
time.
point.
So then they'll never see them, you know. And especially if it's like a cold promotional email, it definitely will land in there, not email message. And they're probably just gonna, even if they do see it, probably remove anyways because it's already in the request, so it automatically loses like trust. So definitely follow the prospect first and try to get that connection and then message them, because otherwise your message is going to be in the request and won't be viewed. So
That's a good point. And you got to be careful how many people you message a day,
yeah, there's limits
right,
to
James?
your actions per day. I've had a fair share of Instagram accounts banned and suspended indefinitely. You can't get it back, basically. It's near impossible. Um, so do not go over your limit. So if you have a VA trying to grow your page, definitely make sure they're on the same US like IP address, of course, as well, but also not, you know, just spamming the Instagram account. Because if you're doing that and you're going past the limits, it's going to trigger, you know, blockages on Instagram and just automatically suspend your account. And it's literally impossible to outreach to get that fixed. So just don't do that.
That's a good point. You don't want to get your Instagram account banned or suspended. Um, so just be careful. Like, how many people should you follow a day, James? Or how many, like, what would you recommend as far as,
Like actions on an Instagram account.
yeah, like if you were gonna say you're gonna put like 30 minutes a day into trying to direct outreach people on Instagram, like how
Yeah.
many people should you follow and how many messages
Yeah, so that
Should you?
changes and whatnot per day. So I'm looking it up right now, and it says make no more than a total of 500 actions in a day, including following, unfollowing, and liking. New accounts are different, so new accounts should not send more than 20 to 50 DMs a day. To be safe, post no more than 5 times a day, which is pretty erratic. 5 times
Yeah,
a
I
day.
mean 5 times a day, 5 posts.
You're just annoying your followers at that point. And then there's like little like things to follow. So the first 12, 20 days of having your account, you must wait 36 to 48 seconds between actions. So this is one of the most significant things that causes your account to be like, you can't do anything more for today. When people are like spam following people. So like follow someone, do someone else for a bit, scroll, follow another person. Um, and then there's a daily limit, like I said, 500 actions and no more than 5 posts a day, which is kind of crazy in my opinion, anyways.
So
So
yeah, I mean if you followed like 10 to 20 people a day
I actually
and
got
sent them.
those here. This is interesting. So for 2022, there's limits. So 7 to 13, no more than 7 to 13 follows per hour, or 100 to 150 follows per day. Then there's another limit, 300, 400 likes per day of followed accounts. Okay, so you can only like that much if they're followed already. 2 to 5 comments per hour, or 20, 30 comments per day. Up to 10 DMs per hour under strict considerations. So,
Interesting. Yeah, and all this is because, there's in the past been a lot of robot activity on Instagram. People will hire these automated bot services, to do the following, unfollowing, sending messages, likes, all that stuff. Like there's bots out there that can automate it. I've always recommended against using bots because that's how you can,
yeah,
you know,
definitely don't use bots. And this is asking it banned.
no bots.
Yeah,
What I would recommend is
by
just take,
now no. By would
you
know
know,
like know what's a bot. So
yeah. And with these different platforms, it's important to figure out which one you like the most because, you're just going to stress yourself out if you're trying to do, a YouTube video, a Facebook post, an Instagram post, a TikTok, a Snapchat, a LinkedIn post. Like if you like Instagram, then that's what you should kind of focus on. And then like I would just spend 30 minutes a day of direct outreach where you're following, so you follow because I didn't know about the hourly restriction, like 7 to 13 follows in an hour. So, and most people who are trying to grow their account, like me, for example, if I'm trying to outreach on Instagram, I'm going to set aside like 30 minutes to an hour and just follow and direct message as many people as I can. But I don't want to do like 60 of those. So it sounds like the best strategy would be to maybe just take 30 minutes and do 10, like 10 follows, 10 direct messages, and then maybe from the day before, if you sent 10 messages, follow up with those people. Hey, just wanted to check in to see if you saw my message, something like that. And then you can create little templates on Instagram where all you have to do is click a button and that message will be available. And that's really easy for direct outreach. It's a setting in the messages where you can just create a template. I think that feature's still there, isn't it, James?
really for Instagram DMs.
Yeah.
Sure, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that Gmail had templates itself until last week, which is crazy. So it's probably
Yeah. So when you're, yeah, it's here. It's this little there's a little message button
Mhm.
next to the image and microphone, and you just click it and it says respond instantly. Now you can save responses to the questions you receive most often.
Oh yeah, yeah. The
So you
automated
can do a
responses.
saved reply and then just, say it's an introduction message you just write that out. And then all you have to do is click a button and it'll send that pre-written message to that person, and that'll save you time as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's a good direct outreach program on Instagram. Advertising on Instagram is done through the Facebook platform, business.facebook.com. And that's where you can, basically, if you wanted to just advertise on Instagram, you could select those placements like, the news feed, Instagram stories, Instagram Explore, shop. I think the best thing to advertise on Instagram is the news feed still. So, and I would recommend a video advertisement on Instagram, specifically a reel style, kind of like a TikTok video style, where, and whenever you create an ad, you want a specific call to action. They need to know exactly what they need to do. And so maybe you have a landing page to get, free quotes, or you have a survey to generate leads. And so you want to do a video talking about that specific strategy. Like we do it a lot for agents in the IUL space, where basically we're talking about tax-free retirement, and how with a 401k, all of the income you take out of that is tax deferred. So you're going to pay income on that taxes later, versus cash value life insurance, where you're taking a loan out against the cash value. And since the loans aren't taxed as income, then that's how it's tax free. So you can explain little things like that and then send them a landing page where they can learn more about it. And that's stuff that we help out with at Alpha Agent as well. Lead generation, getting your CRM set up, advertising on Instagram, Facebook, Google, TikTok. So if you have any advertising or lead needs, if you need more leads, then contact us, because we can help you get those leads in. And with that, I think we're going to wrap up this podcast. I know we covered a lot on Instagram. Hopefully there were some tips that you can take away from this podcast on Instagram. And yeah, special offers this week. Of course, we have our free trial with our Alpha Agent base plan, where you get all the features of the CRM and training on how to set up your Facebook and Google ads for mortgage protection and final expense. It comes with it, so you can see it with the 14-day free trial. We have our IUL system, $297 a month. You can get our proven IUL funnels and get leads in. And we also have our 12-day follow-up system. So if you just want to check us out.
Also, we entirely redid the entire onboarding setup, so it took usually like a day or two for someone to get fully set up with all their funnels, something like that. So we actually went in and dive deep into getting everything systemized, so you can be up and running with your CRM, with your funnels customized to you, with your photos and everything like that in 30 minutes. So
30 minutes.
We added.
Get your ads, get your funnels set up. We improved the process. It's much easier. So just click the link or head over to our website, alphaagentcrm.com/get-started. That's GET-STARTED.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, just we got our contact information over there. Just hit us up. You can always send an email to hey@alphaagentcrm.com. We would love to help you grow your insurance business and get more leads and sales in the door. So with that, we will see you guys next week, where we will talk about probably another social media platform.
Maybe Facebook.
Yeah, well, we did Facebook, maybe TikTok.
We did TikTok.
No, we did Facebook.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. TikTok.
We're getting confused here. All right. We'll see you guys on the next episode.